Can we talk about X-Men '97?
Oh wow, yes.
Yes, X-Men. I could say King of Fighters '97 then. So
Still a very good game.
Still really good. Apart from the music, the lack of music on King of Fighters '97.
It's weird.
Sucks.
You go back to it, it's like
it's you
broken.
forget
There's music.
It's like
yeah, it's like it's a CD scratched. It's not working.
Is it broken? It's yeah. Because I had it on cartridge and I was like, well, what's going on? You know. But yeah, X-Men '97. Do you want to kind of go back and give it a quick history of how you got into X-Men?
Okay. Well, he's fucking sat next to me, should I say? Yeah. So basically, me and Tony met each other through Retro Dunk. We'd always known in the background. I'd always known Neo Tony, but we finally met each other through Retro Dunk, and we spoke all the way through. Was it Hard Target?
No, Hard to Kill.
Hard to Kill.
Yeah.
And we saw the displeasure, so Friday at Duncan's became Friday at Tony's, and Tony introduced me to the world of X-Men and Babylon 5.
How did I introduce you to X-Men?
Comics.
No, not first.
Or was it the beat 'em up?
The series, TV series.
TV series, of course it was. Things I'd been watching the TV series on. It wasn't Nickelodeon. Or was it Nickelodeon?
No, it wasn't.
It was on Sky, wasn't it? Fox Kids.
Yeah,
It was
you
on
didn't have
Fox Kids.
Kids.
You had it though.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you have them on video?
No, Sky One. It was on Sky One.
Sky One.
I recorded them on video. Yeah. There were several people, including Simon, who just kind of come round and watch X-Men with me. So it's kind of like, both kind of in your 20s kind of thing, sitting around watching fucking children's cartoons.
Talking about. Yeah, but no, because I mean, you lent me like 10 ton of comics, which I read over the years.
I did, yeah. Because you started with that. The only thing that you were familiar with at the time was the game.
The Capcom games.
Yeah, that was it. But game. There's only one at the time.
Yeah. Ice Beam, Arctic Attack, Arctic Attack. I can't even talk. Yeah. Arctic Attack. The Yule Beam. Iron Disruptor.
Birdie.
Yes, boss. Who he kills in the comics and the TV show, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, yeah. So this year, well, a couple of years back, they announced X-Men '97. So we did something we hadn't done for a long time. It was like, what was it you said? Should we watch X-Men?
Yeah, should we watch X-Men '97? Because I'd watched like the first one or two, hadn't I?
Yeah.
But that was it. And I wanted to kind of like wait and like watch it with like friends and stuff because it's like, even though I used to watch them myself, the old original ones on Sky One. It was originally on Sky One. And I record it and stuff, and then kind of like when friends were around, I was like, "Have you seen this? It's brilliant," you know. And that got me back into comics. That completely got me back into comics originally.
This dude's memory. My memory is awful, but he remembers everything, which isn't always a good thing.
It's not always a good thing.
Believe me, it's not.
No.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, it's just a thing where it really got me back into comics, and having X-Men kind of being put on the back burner like it has been for a while.
The Disney Fox takeover thingy, you know, that stuff, particularly. Yeah,
so having it kind of emerge back out of the ashes, but them actually decide to go back to the '97 animated series.
Yeah.
And finish it off, or continue it. Really, not me finish it off, just continue it. Was absolutely amazing.
Apart from Magneto's purple suit.
And Rogue's voice, even though it's the same actress, and she sounds weird. I hate her.
Yes. And they've just changed Rogue. I don't like how they've changed her.
The visual look.
Yeah. Everything about her.
Yeah.
But yeah, we basically watched a couple of episodes every time I was around.
Yeah, about 2 or 3.
Yeah.
About 3 episodes, I think.
And when we finished watching it, we watched that whole documentary afterwards,
Yeah,
didn't we, as well?
which was
Stuff
really
we hadn't done for a long
Which
time.
was really, really good.
And it was so good. I mean, I did have a few issues with it. It was the Magneto question. You don't understand. If you haven't seen it, just watch it.
I say, you just reminded me of Mog from Rock and Roll, where I had to actually show you who I actually meant.
Yeah.
By showing you a picture of Mog.
I mean, there were parts where we were just back in the 90s, early 2000s, and it was so good.
Yeah.
It was just so good to watch. And I really did enjoy it from start to finish, but a few issues weren't enough to turn you off to it. episodes, my issues, I meant to say, weren't, the
Oh,
issues
right,
I had with
okay.
Hal Rogan and
Gotcha,
stuff like that.
gotcha.
Wasn't enough to turn me off to it.
Yeah.
And one day I will learn to put my phone on bloody silent. One day.
One day.
Doubtful. But yeah, no, it was really, really good.
Yeah.
It was really, really good.
I think, I really enjoyed the fact that we both got to watch it. Because we were talking about it afterwards and stuff, so that was like really, really cool. Because you weren't really, we were talking a little bit through it, a little bit here and there on the quieter spots, but we try not to because of like, be right, yes.
Yeah, and they were quite meaty episodes as well, weren't they?
They were like 45 minutes,
50
minute episodes. They were like decent chunky
10
episodes.
12 episodes?
I think there was 8 or 10.
Yeah, I can't remember.
8 or 10.
It took us like 3.
Yeah, it took us 3, so that's about 9 to 10 episodes. Because I think the first time we watched about 3 or 4.
Yeah. Because we did no one, no one, no one. Yeah. But that's really good. I mean, if you're into the X-Men, it's a really cool continuation.
Yeah.
And it is a continuation, which is really cool.
And if you're not into the X-Men, go back and watch bloody, what do you call it? The original X-Men series from the 90s. Not the other ones, but that one, because it's good.
Yeah. I mean, the way it goes on in this series, it's because of Tony. And then, so in the UK, basically, because he got me into reading X-Men comics and stuff like that, you used to get the official UK one, which was a compilation of like 3 X-Men comics a month. And you've got Wolverine, Deadpool, and Spider-Man and stuff. And so I actually knew when we got near the end, I was like, I wonder the main thing.
Yeah.
And it was, and I was just like, oh, that is very cool. That is very cool. But yeah, so waiting until next season now.
Yeah, because the thing was, you ended up reading the comics like way longer than I was.
Yeah, I just continued.
I broke off at about 98, 99.
Yeah.
And you just kept going. So.
I kept going literally for probably 10 years.
Yeah.
Until I got to the point one day, and I was like, wait a minute, I'm paying £5.99 a month for 3 comics, and I was buying like multiples. I was getting Wolverine, Deadpool, I was getting Spider-Man, and I was getting the X-Men one. And I just stopped buying. Because at the end of the day, it was like, what, 18 quid? Yeah. And it got to a point where the most important stuff, like the Age of Apocalypse, they got to a point where they're starting to do the Age of Apocalypse. Well, I'd read all of them from the ones you give me, so I didn't need to read them. Yeah. But yeah, it was really cool, and it was just like, the only thing that was missing was our cereal when we was watching the TV series.
Yes.
Cereal early in the morning.
Yes, we normally kind of like, when we used to, it'd normally be like bags of M&Ms. Because it's like, you like used to turn up with this food, and all of a sudden, I had enough. I had enough of these arseholes kind of like turning up with food at my house.
Peter Baker.
Yeah, then they would sit there and kind of like watch TV and stuff while sitting there with a can of Coke and a bag of crisps and like a box of chocolates and stuff, like a pack of chocolates or something. And I was like, so I bought like a massive carrier bag full. So I had like lots of bags of like M&Ms and like, multi-packs of Snickers.
The biggest litre packet or bottle of Coke you could buy on the
like a 3 or 4 litre one.
Yeah.
So a huge, massive one.
And you'd have this great big gulp and then you'd do this burp that would last forever. But that was 20 years ago.
Yes, and my bladder is nowhere near as good as it used to be. Yes,
do you have a can now and run to the toilet?
Yes, basically. No, I just hold the can, and the coldness of the can just makes you go, oh god, I got to go to the toilet now.
Yeah. Second it gets like, oh, it's a bit chilly. Oh, I think I better go to the toilet.
Yeah. My bladder. Chill my bladder.
Yeah, no, I'd recommend it. I really would. If you don't know it, watch the original series. It is on Disney Plus. Yeah. I was going to say Fox Kids then, that's the wrong channel. And that's what I watched on when they started showing the
they showed you the replays.
I enjoyed the Spider-Man comic as well. The Spider-Man's right TV series they did back in the day as well.
Yeah, that was okay.
The Fantastic Four one.
That was dreadful. The Iron Man one was dreadful.
Yeah.
The Silver Surfer one wasn't bad.
Yeah.
The Silver Surfer one wasn't bad.
Don't remember much.
And there was another one as well, which wasn't bad.
See, I watched all of the Spider-Man ones quite a lot, because I remember like Smythe and everything that happened with them. I watched them more than the X-Men, I would say, I think. Me personally.
Yeah. The Spider-Man one was okay. It was okay. But the thing was, I definitely watched the X-Men ones more.
Yeah. Definitely.
I've watched the X-Men ones like so many times, even just in the background. I just kind of like watched them because I loved them so much.
Yeah.
I really, really did. And the main thing is, I used to really enjoy showing other people them and getting other people into it. I used to really, really enjoy that. So,
No, he hasn't shown me 9 million more films I need to add to my to watch list tonight. He does it every time I
I
come
wouldn't
around.
do that.
So we've got Arena from 1989. What else did we add to my list tonight?
Arena.
Munchies I knew about, but I
Pray-
hadn't seen it. You'd seen him.
Yeah, Pray for Death.
Pray for Death. And we did watch a crappy trailer for No Holds Barred again, didn't we?
Which is awful. Yeah.
Oh, don't. Just don't.
What was the other good one? There was another good one.
Well, basically, he put me onto this channel. No, he didn't put me. He was showing me the channel.
Yeah.
And then, well, mind you, we had to pause it because they had a background shelf of films, and we were just reading all these bizarre 1980s, 90s samurai films and ninja films.
Ninja films and samurai films. They
There
had all the
was
titles
so
of them
many.
on there.
There was
loads
so
of them.
many, and they sounded so bad that I just needed to watch them. What was that ninja one we saw that you put me onto?
Pray for Death.
I'll Pray for Death. Yeah,
Pray
so
for Death.
because there was another one. There's one we're missing that you put me onto.
I can't think what it was. I can't think what it was. Space Invaders.
Space Invaders, yes. It looks so bad. I've got to see it. I've got to see it. I mean, basically, I recently watched Comet. Oh, what was it called?
Not the Comet.
No, the Comet. I've never seen it.
And you probably never even heard of it. You mentioned it to me. I'm
Yeah.
like, oh yeah, that one. Yeah.
It's like so through the years I come around because I love watching 1980s and 1990s films. And I watched so many of them, and here I am 20 years later, and there seems to be millions that I'm missing, and he watched like 10 more of these other millions that related to them somehow. Or yes, just don't.
I had Sky.
Yeah, I had Sky.
That's
for
my
a while
complaint.
as
I
well.
had Sky then, so I had.
Because I had Sky, but I had older sisters, so it was always MTV. Remember that one that played music?
Yeah.
Yeah, and yeah.
No, I had Sky from 1980. I think it was 1989. I think it was. I think it was about the time of SummerSlam 1989. Because I think that was the first pay-per-view that I watched and recorded on
Video.
yeah. Off of
VHS.
Off of Sky One, when they actually showed the actual pay-per-views on Sky One. You know.
You just have to pay for them, did you?
No,
they
they just showed them. No, they just showed them.
Yeah.
They weren't.
Before every single episode was like a pay-per-view.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Can you remember the really old normal WWF shows during the weekend where it would be like
Bastion Booger.
Animal and Hawk versus John Smith and Al Snow. You know, no, Al Snow. Al Snow is a good one.
Yeah.
But Al Jones.
Oh, there's a name for it. Yeah.
Al Jones
Yeah.
or something. You know.
I mean, that's when
Dwayne Gill.
Yeah, that's when say Bastion,
Dwayne Gill and
Bastion
Brad
Booger
Shaw.
would have been a highlight.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Brooklyn Brawler.
Yep.
Um,
Yep.
Yeah.
Dwayne Gill and
Yeah.
his various friends. Al Burke. Al Burke's
Yeah.
actually in The Wedding Singer. He's the guy who tells you not to threaten Billy Idol, whatever it is. You know, the big guy with the trolley.
Nobody pushes Billy. Oh yeah. On the
That's
plane.
That's
on
Al
the
Burke.
plane,
Yeah.
But yeah, because when there's pay-per-view events, it was amazing.
Yeah.
It's like, oh my god, two proper wrestlers are wrestling each other.
Yeah.
That's what you got all night. There wasn't some nobodies that are made wrestler.
Yeah. Well, I used to like the Saturday night main events more.
Yeah.
Something about Marvellous. Do you want to slide on to Deadpool 3?
Yeah, let's go on to Deadpool 3.
There will be many spoilers.
Yeah. Is it Marvel fans? Get your special socks out. Yeah, so you saw it before me, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I had to wait a few days because of work and waiting to see a late night show, and I went to see it with a work colleague.
Yeah.
And
I still didn't see it early though. It was still like about a week out before I kind of went to go and see it, like I normally tend to. Just get a bit quieter and stuff, so it's not like, you know, you haven't got like people on your left and right and like.
Me and Jack were the only two people in the cinema. We saw it like the 1 o'clock showing.
Yeah.
It was brilliant.
Yeah.
So, shoes off, feet up.
Yeah.
It's a long film, but I wished it was longer.
Yeah.
It was so good from start to finish. Nice Paul. Why?
Yeah.
Why?
It's like, when does your healing factor kick in? It's like,
What's a healing factor? Yeah. No. Yeah. I mean, I always had intention, because let's be honest, there was a lot on the line with this film. Disney had been pissing about with Marvel for a long time and had been getting the same generic stuff that we just needed something different. Deadpool was the answer.
The biggest problem is though, I can see what happened, because now Disney are in charge of it.
Yeah.
So this has made them like how many billion?
A lot.
Yeah. So the fact that it's done that, I can see all the other Marvel movies now being on hold or seconded to make more fucking Deadpool. You know, like they did with Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah, yeah.
And they rushed the Guardians of the Galaxy 2 out.
The thing I would say with Deadpool is Deadpool's like the first one that broke the fourth wall for Marvel on telly. And they tried that with She-Hulk. But She-Hulk was shit. And personally, it was down to bad casting. It was down to bad casting and just a shit story. One character that turns up in it, you haven't seen it, have you? Made the series, made it worth watching for me for the 2 episodes that character was in it. But the rest of the season was just throwawayable crap. And the way the series ended was dreadful. It was Disney. It was Disney interfering with rubbishness. But it was so bad. It was so bad. But this is the 4th wall broken done properly with Deadpool. And getting Hugh Jackman back as Wolverine
Hugh Jackman.
So good.
As opposed to Short Jackman.
Yeah, yeah, as the start-up.
Yeah.
Wolverine. Oh, what was the Henry Cavill bloody Wolverine called?
The Cavalry.
Yeah, Cavalry. I love the way that it starts off where he's digging up Old Man Wolverine, and he's dancing to the song that in Old Man Wolverine he says, "I hate that song."
Yeah,
he's doing the dance as he's chopping people up with his adamantium bones and bodies. It was such a good start. I was laughing so hard I could feel the tears.
Yeah, that I didn't find that as funny. I was just like, oh, it's just Deadpool being Deadpool.
Yeah.
But then there were certain bits I just like. It's like I loved all the kind of like the Easter egg stuff, like all the stuff on the Nowhere Land, whatever it's called. All the kind of like you had everything from the Statue of Liberty, from X-Men. You had but there was loads of stuff. There was just tons and tons of it.
I mean, I know I've missed tons.
Yeah.
I saw some bits, but it's like little bits in the background of when they go to the. I mean, we're doing spoilers, aren't we?
Yeah.
But when they go to the Outworld, and I've got Wesley Snipes' Blade. I got that spoiled for me on the day.
Yeah.
So I was like, for fuck's sake! But I did not see Channing Tatum as Gambit. When I saw Elektra, that's weird. But then when Channing Tatum walked in as Gambit, because he was always rumoured to be in.
Yeah.
It was the second one, but he argued or something that he didn't get made.
Yeah.
And when that happened, I was just
I've been waiting for this.
Yeah. And he starts talking, and I'm like, that's perfect, because no one could understand what he's saying anyway. It was so good. It was just so good. The last part with all the Deadpools, that fucking dog.
Dogpool.
That ugly dog.
Dogpool.
And the sexy woman Deadpool, which of course is played
Lady
by
Deadpool.
his wife in real life.
Yeah. What else was it? I loved like the Weapon X. When he's going all different Deadpool, different Wolverines.
All different Wolverines.
Yeah, he had a little short Wolverine.
Yeah, we jumped off the stool.
Yeah.
It was so funny. He's basically dimension hopping to find a Wolverine so he can save his own dimension because everything's dying. The timeline's being killed by this one bold female who I can't remember what her name was. Charles Xavier didn't look after her properly.
Yeah.
Was it the sister?
Yeah.
I can't remember her name. Yeah.
She's old in the comics.
Yeah. Right, okay.
But she's kind of old kind.
And actually
she's like sort of his age, whereas she's really kind of young.
Yeah.
Equally crazy.
Had Pyro from the original X-Men films as well.
Yeah.
Because it took me a while to. I'm like, wait a minute, that's the original Pyro.
Yeah. No, not the original Toad. I actually thought it was because it did look like him, didn't it? It really did look like him.
What about when you first see
Juggernaut,
Captain America?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And it's just like it really comes out. It's fucking Johnny Storm. It's like, yes, that's even better. And did you see the end credits?
Yes,
part?
yes.
Yeah, it's so cool.
See, I told you.
I told you he said that. I told you he said that. It wasn't me lying. Oh, that was so cool. Yeah. You're this season's Juggernaut then, because it wasn't him.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
The costume was the same.
Yeah.
Which is stupid, really, because you would have thought they would have actually tried to have done a new good costume.
Yeah.
But that's not really what it was about.
No.
It was about reflecting the old stuff rather than showing it new. So,
I just love the way that it's like they keep referring to Fire Who says not to talk about cake. What? Coke? What? And they talk all these different drugs that Disney just do not allow them to take. Do not allow them to talk about. It's just like, he's really pushing his power with this sort of thing, isn't he?
Yeah.
But it's kind of like, Disney, you need to pay attention. Since then there's been like so many cameos that were filmed but not used.
Yeah, you can just see them coming out in a thing, in an
ultra long 5-hour edition.
Yeah, it's going to be a Deadest Pool 3. Deadest Pool and Wolverina.
the super long director's cut.
Yeah.
Yeah, and yeah, just enjoyed it. The ending was good as well. Typical.
Yeah.
What's going to happen next ending?
Yeah.
What's going to happen next is the Captain America Falcon film and the Thunderbolts, which is what they've announced.
The Thunderbolts looks fucking brilliant. I'm sorry.
Is Bucky gone back to being a bad guy?
Well, no, but he just always was. All it basically is oh my god, look, Suicide Squad was kind of good.
Yeah.
Let's do that, because that's exactly what Marvel did with the comic originally. Is that the Suicide Squad comic was out, so they tried to do something the same.
Yeah.
And I gotta admit, I loved the last Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
It's
It was
so
really good.
fucking black.
Yeah.
It is so fucking dark.
Yeah.
The humour in that is so dark. I would still honestly say that I prefer that to Deadpool and Wolverine, even though I loved Deadpool and Wolverine. It's just that's how much I love that movie. It's so black.
My favourite part of the Suicide Squad, or whatever it's called, is when they go into the camp, they kill everyone. They're like,
that's the one.
Have you metal on your shit?
Yeah. Shit.
We've just
it's so dark.
Yeah.
It's so dark.
They just slaughtered the people that were on their side.
Yeah.
And they didn't know.
Yeah, it's like the guy with the spots and how he dies.
Yes. sad and depressing,
Yeah.
though, isn't it?
Yeah.
We're bringing the Starfish into it as the main boss. I'm like, And of course we've got, that's where John Cena's character, what's his name? Peacemaker.
Yeah.
And the series of Peacemaker, if you like the film, was really good.
Have you played him? Have you played him in Mortal Kombat?
I sold Mortal Kombat, didn't I?
Yeah, but did you play him in Mortal Kombat?
No. I got the old edition which got the DLC and stuff like that, but I hated it so much. I sold it after I played through all the current characters and stuff.
Yeah.
So I will get it again because obviously I want to play through.
It's so weird that
it's not fun to play.
It's so weird that Peacemaker has a John Cena costume.
Does he?
Yeah,
My
he
favourite
literally
thing
has the cap and the kind of like the jean kind of things and the big baggy top.
Eagly is best thing about Peacemaker. It's got Robert Patrick in it. It's like
Not
Dragon something or other. Yeah.
Because I wanted to watch it, but it was all kind of like you got to pay for to watch it on like Amazon and stuff. And
That's
like,
when it,
whatever it was, and whenever I was looking for it, it was all kind of paid for stuff. Whereas the Suicide Squad was like included in Amazon Prime, so I watched that. But yeah, I wanted to watch Peacemaker.
But yeah, Deadpool Wolverine 3, loved it. Absolutely loved it. Deadpool 3 Wolverine. Deadpool Wolverine. Just Deadpool Wolverine
are free.
Isn't it? Yeah, are free. Well, they are now.
To do what they want.
So
Any other time.
So much fun, and I hadn't laughed as hard at a film for such a long time. Such a long time.
Yeah.
It's you walked out of the cinema and like, I enjoyed
That's
that.
really good. Yeah, I really enjoyed that. It was so funny.
Yeah.
So funny. I was sort of talking about it for like half an hour afterwards with people I went with and stuff. It was just like really, really good.
So what else have you been up to, kind sir?
Printing and painting. Printing and painting.
You've got something really cool down there. Go on, show the camera.
Yeah,
you got to see this.
You can show it.
Yeah, I can show you this.
Yeah.
Yes.
Just don't break it.
Oh, don't say that to me. I'm going to throw it on the floor now. So I finally got my Leon back because my Leon broke, and so putting Leon back in his place, I broke my Christmas present, Maru, which is now here for returns. I just do that all the time. But yes, he made Tankity McTank.
Tanky McTank face.
Yes. I mean, how absolutely cool dudes is this? And so all 3D printed, isn't it?
Yep, all 3D printed. That's
yeah.
Because it only cost me like about like.
It's yours.
If it breaks, it's your problem now.
Yeah.
But yeah, did what is it? Giant face. If you want to show off
Giant face.
Yes.
Okay. Oh, just put that there. Now was the light one. Yeah. I mean, you did this one earlier in the year with that horse and that woman, didn't you?
Yeah.
That's really, really cool, that one. I mean, this detail, mate. If I ever wore those things that you wear to make this, my head would explode. That is so cool. It's so cool. What's your most favourite thing you've made this year?
This year? Probably the horse nurture.
That's gone now, isn't it?
Yeah, it's gone. Yeah.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed doing some planes and bits and pieces. I
Yeah, you
really
went through
enjoyed that.
phase of like they're over there, so we're not going to get them.
Yes.
The Spitfires and
Yes.
stuff.
Actually, here's
Please
one I
don't, please
prepared earlier.
Oh. You just never know what's in this house because I did not see that, and it is huge. Again, light as a feather. I heard something move. That wasn't
Don't worry
me. It was
about
already
it.
loose.
That's the thing for the propeller that kind of
Yeah.
follows.
These are actual model kits, though. Yeah. And behind him there are like model kit boxes that are like this big. They are huge.
Yeah, 1 in 24 Stuka.
Yeah.
And,
Oh, you got a Junker Stuka, yeah, and I can't quite read the other planes. But yeah, it's weird seeing buying model kits again. Because I come round when you'd actually started doing the planes.
Yeah, I really want to
That's
get
a model kit.
It's got a wonky landing gear on it and stuff. But
Yeah.
Good old English Spitfire.
Lost the area.
Yes, I have.
Yeah. But is it a Supermarine Spitfire? Oh. So when I was a kid, I used to make model kits all the time, but they would all die in a fire crash in the back garden as they melted ever so slowly.
Oh.
But they were fun to make. And my first ever model kit was the Lynx helicopter.
Oh yeah, so cool.
I enjoyed making. My favourite one I ever made was the Lancaster bomber. I spent
Yeah.
so much time making it, and I made the idiot mistake of putting the decals on and painting afterwards.
Yeah, I remember you saying about
new, so I painted around.
You always wondered why it was so difficult to do, and you're like, well,
Yeah.
you're supposed to paint it first and then put them on. You're like, oh right.
That makes. That's why I don't paint anything anymore. Even though some model kits he's got me do need a little bit of painting, so I shall bring them around here on the sprue and get him to paint them for me. I've got some nice ones to make, so I've only had them for how many years?
The Ikaruga one, you've had like about 10 years now, 9 years.
That was a Christmas present, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah. So, what else should I say? Is that it, really?
I think that'll do. I think we've kind of like
Yeah.
rambled on for long enough.
Yeah, but this is your first appearance of the year,
Yes, it is.
and we're in
That's right.
September, October, or November, possibly December when I upload this and edit it.
That is true.
Hopefully soon. But yeah, I mean, I really enjoyed all 4 games that I spoke about. Mortal Kombat, I enjoyed the story, but I did not enjoy playing whatsoever. And getting rid of the crypt, why would you get rid of such a staple of Mortal Kombat that was so good and unlocking stuff? And
Yeah, why wouldn't you just get rid of all of Mortal Kombat?
No,
Like,
shut
all
up,
of
shut
Mortal
up,
Kombat
shut
and just dump it onto the thing and actually make a good game instead.
Well, they did with Mortal Kombat 11, but they threw all that out of the window. Yeah, but yeah, so thank you guys for watching. It's good to have you back again.
Yes, until like I'm not again.
Christmas video. We'll
Yes.
be here for Christmas.
Yeah, Christmas.
Yeah,
That's,
but yeah. So thanks for watching, guys.
take care, and hopefully catch you soon. Hey, grab your hands.
Grab your hands. Grab your hands.
Grab your
No,
hands.
could catch you. No, that's a cuddle. Land on my arms.
What?
I don't know. Well, that last bit can go after the credits. See, this is where we decided if we're going to stop the video or not. We've been here for a while. Mind you, we've got snacks to keep it going.
We do have snacks.
We have cheese and onion crisps.
Oh, where's those Milka things?
Them ones.
What do you reckon to them?
Been amazing.
Oh,
We have
they are
almond slices,
Milka peanut caramel. Oh, so good.
apple turnovers. It's why I'm in such fit and good healthy shape. And we have these twisty twizzlers. And we have coffiness. Yeah.
So yes. Until next time. Goodbye.